A 50-point game is a rare and exciting achievement for many NBA players, and it's especially incredible when that feat is accomplished by someone who averaged less than 15 points per season. We're talking about 5 50-point performances by surprising athletes. How's it going, everyone? It's Devin Howard on Instagram as @DevinHoward. Subscribe to the Fumble, tap the bell for notifications, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Moe Williams was a surprising 50-pointer in the Timberwolves game against the Pacers on January 13th, 2015. It's worth mentioning that Moe isn't a stranger to high-scoring games. He's had 25 career games where he puts up over 30 points, but 50 is another story. I'm not sure what was ignited inside Moe on that fateful night, but the guy was on fire and went on to score 52 points in a game that ended the 15-game losing streak for the Timberwolves. It was an incredibly rare moment for him. Like I mentioned before, over his career, he's scored between 30 and 39 points less than 25 times and only scored 40 or more 3 times, including the 50-pointer we're talking about right now. It was random and awesome. Brewer is another NBA player with an unusual 50-point game under his belt. What was shocking was that James Harden put up 33 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, and 6 steals in this game and still wasn't the best player on the court. That's because Brewer threw down and walked away from the Rockets vs. Timberwolves game with an impressive 51 points in a 112-110 win. This was an anomaly because he barely averaged 12 points that season. Terrence Ross shined during a 2014 Clippers vs. Raptors game. He basically took over the floor, outshining the most prominent players on the court. He put up 51 points in the shocking matchup. It unfortunately wasn't enough to take home the win, but it still was a monumental game simply because of Terrence's tremendous efforts. Up until that night, he only averaged 9.3 points per game, so how he managed to muster up 51 is beyond me. Not to mention, he was only in his sophomore year when this all happened, and reaching 50 points in a game is something that only 5 other second-year players have been able to do. Some of those athletes are LeBron James, Devin Booker, and Allen Iverson. Let's rewind back to 2010 when Andre Miller made a big splash during a game against the Mavericks. He was always considered an intelligent point guard, and what he lacked in speed he made up for in IQ. The Professor, as he was known, put up an astonishing 52 points at 33 years of age. He only scored 30 points twice in his previous 5 seasons in the league, so this crazy 52-pointer was a shock. What's more is he only shot and made 1 3-pointer in the game, which makes his feat even more impressive. Next up, let's talk about Tony Delk. Back in 2001, Tony went head-to-head with his former team, the Kings. He must have had a chip on his shoulder or something, because after averaging only 12.3 points in his best season, he suddenly became such a great shooter. Tony scored 53 points without a single 3-pointer, which puts him up with company like Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Jim Jackson, and Clyde Drexler as the only guards who managed to score 50 without a 3-point field goal made. Alright, Fumble fans, tell me your thoughts. Who is the most surprising 50-pointer in this list? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell for notifications. I'm Devin Howard for the Fumble, and I'll be back soon with more news.